Welcome everyone to Whimsy Woven Stories. Here, we explore gripping tales of real-life twists. Join our storytelling community.
So yesterday was my 30th, and honestly, I wasn't expecting anything special. I kind of dread birthdays, especially the family ones over the last 5 years. They've always been awkward, with Mom insisting we all gather at their house, Dad grumbling about the grocery costs, and Annabelle acting like she's too good for it all. Every year it's the same jokes, the same weird tension. Honestly, I usually just count the hours until I can leave. This year started off strange. I woke up to a text from Mom, "No, happy birthday, just a half cryptic, don't be late, we have a surprise for you." I figured either she got me socks with my name misspelled again, or it was some weird family intervention. My family isn't exactly subtle. Dad's the type who thinks tough love means being a jerk, and Annabelle's always been the favorite since we were kids, so I'm used to being the punchline. But whatever. I get to their house around 6, already in a bad mood because the bus was late, and my phone charger's broken, so I'm running on 15%. I walk in and the vibe is just off. They're all in the kitchen pretending to be normal, but Annabelle keeps glancing at her phone, stifling giggles, and Dad keeps looking at me like he's daring me to say something. Mom's fussing with decorations, which is super unlike her, and there's this stupid party hat with a big L on it sitting at my spot at the table. I ask what the L is for and she just goes, "Oh, it's just a family joke, you'll see." So we eat and the usual awkward small talk starts. Annabelle's bragging about her latest life win, she always has one, and Dad's making little jabs about how I must be used to eating cheap meals and living like a student. I ignore it, scrolling through notifications when I can. Mom's on her third glass of wine, so I know she's about to get loose with her opinions. After dinner they bring out this huge box, way too big for anything normal. Mom's grinning like she just solved world hunger, Annabelle's recording with her phone, and I already know I'm being set up. But I open it anyway. Inside is this giant, shiny trophy, the size of a small dog, with Loser engraved in ugly block letters. Underneath, there's a fake diploma on computer paper that says Most Underachieving Son in Comic Sans. I swear I can't make this up. There's even a loser sash like I'm in a pageant from hell. So I just sit there holding this thing while everyone's cracking up. Dad starts going on about how it's all in good fun and maybe this will motivate me. Mom jumps in, telling that same old story about how I never finish anything. She loves bringing that one up. Annabelle's filming the whole thing, narrating it for her Instagram stories or whatever. I can see her sending clips to her friends in real time, and there I am holding a literal loser trophy at my own birthday dinner. I asked them to knock it off but they just double down. Dad says, "Well, someone sensitive tonight." Mom keeps going on about how they just want me to see reality. Annabelle starts reading off comments from her friends, laughing about how my meltdown is going to be epic. She's showing my face on her phone, calling me iconic, like I'm some kind of meme. She's always been like this, honestly, always needing to be the star even if it's at my expense. I know why they act like this. They think I'm a permanent disappointment because I never wanted to do what they wanted, never played the game their way. Even when we were kids, Annabelle would get rewarded for making fun of me like it was some kind of family sport. Dad's whole thing is that you have to be a winner or you're nothing, so there's never been room for anything else. I slam the trophy down and tell them I'm done. Mom tries to laugh it off, but I can see that look on her face, like she's embarrassed I ruined her joke. Dad stands up, gets in my face and starts going on about how I'm proving their point, and real men don't run away from a little teasing. He shoves my shoulder, not hard but enough to make it clear he wants to start something. I tell him to back off. Annabelle's loving it, just filming and saying she's going to tag me because everyone needs to see what a sore loser looks like. I reach for her phone to stop her, but she pulls back and shoves me hard enough that I stagger into the chair. Dad tells me to get out if I can't take a joke. Mom just sits there not saying anything, acting like she's the victim. I grab my jacket and the stupid sash, throw them on the floor as I'm leaving, and Annabelle shouts after me, "Maybe you'll get a real life before you're 40. I hear Dad mutter something about kids these days, and Mom's already on her phone, probably texting her friends about how I ruined everything. I slam the door on my way out. Nobody follows me outside. It's already dark and the streets are empty. I just stand there for a minute trying to figure out why I even bother. I check my phone and I can see Annabelle's story already getting comments from people I barely know, just randoms laughing about my epic fail. I want to just walk away and never come back, but then I remember I'm the one who's been running all their online stuff. The only reason Mom's side hustle, Dad's old man club, and Annabelle's influencer nonsense even work is because I set it all up and keep it running for free. They've never bothered to learn any of it, they just assume I'll do it because in their eyes it's not real work. So I get home, plug in my phone and start writing this because, honestly, I'm pissed. I've taken their crap for years but this is next level. I'm not the loser here and I'm not about to just eat it. Let's just say I have a couple ideas and they're not going to like what happens next. I'm not sure what I'll do yet, but I know one thing. They're going to remember this birthday and not for the trophy. Update soon if anyone cares. Update 1. So, I didn't sleep much that night. I just stayed up scrolling random stuff and watching old YouTube videos trying not to think about it. But it's hard not to replay that whole dinner in my head, especially after Annabelle's story started getting comments from people I barely know. I think that's what pissed me off the most, to be honest, how casual she was about it, like it was just another meme for her feed. I get it. She's always been the main character in her own life, but still. I woke up to like 15 unread texts in the family chat. The first few were just mom acting like nothing happened, so nice to have everyone together, and hope you took your trophy home. But then it gets weird. Annabelle starts posting screenshots of her friends' reactions, laughing about how they can't believe I actually stormed out. Dad chimes in with some rant about how real adults don't let their feelings get hurt over jokes. It's like they're trying to convince themselves that I'm the problem, not them, which isn't new at this point. I just let the messages pile up, didn't answer the phone, didn't check anything but my own Insta. Thank God it's private. Instead, I start making coffee and thinking about how sick I am of carrying water for them. They never talk about it, but I'm the one who keeps all their digital crap running. Mom's little store, Dad's hobby stuff, Annabelle's side hustle. I set it all up, pay for half the domains, and I'm the only one who knows the passwords and how the backend works. I guess it always felt like, well, at least I'm useful for something, right? But after last night, I'm just done. Annabelle tries to call, but I let it go to voicemail. She texts right after, saying some garbage about how it was just a bit and I need to chill. I mute her for 8 hours, then Mom messages again, asking if I'll come by to help with her store because the site is glitching. I don't respond. Instead, I log into the admin panel and change the passwords, same with Dad's stuff and Annabelle's site. I don't take anything down yet, but I shut off all their access and set the home pages to just say, under maintenance. Contact admin. Not dramatic, just annoying. I know it'll mess up any orders or whatever, but I don't care. They don't pay me, they don't respect me, so why should I keep doing them favors? By noon, my phone's buzzing every 10 minutes. Annabelle's blowing up my messenger, switching to every app she can think of. I see a couple of missed calls from numbers I don't recognize, probably her friends or business contacts, I don't know. Dad sends 3 texts in a row, all in caps, about how this isn't funny and to fix it now. I just watch the messages roll in, finish my coffee, and start cleaning my apartment. It's weirdly satisfying not answering. By late afternoon, Mom sends another message, sounding a little desperate, asking if I can come over just for a minute to look at her laptop because she can't print invoices. I know exactly why she can't, because I set the email forwarding to bounce. She tries calling. I don't answer. She texts again saying she's getting refund requests. I almost feel bad, but then I remember the trophy in her smug face and that feeling fades. Annabelle starts threatening me, saying, if you don't fix this, I'll tell everyone you're sabotaging my business. I reply, it's my work, my rules. She just sends a middle finger emoji, classic Annabelle. Then she tries to guilt trip me, saying I'm ruining everything, how she's got meetings and now she looks like an idiot. I remind her she's the one who filmed me at dinner. She just says, get over yourself. I block her for the rest of the day. Dad tries a different approach. He sends me a voice note. It's all about family is family, how you don't abandon people, and how I'm acting childish. He says I'm being selfish and that I owe it to them because they've always been there for me. I just delete it. He never apologizes, not even a hint. Never has. He thinks being a dad is about winning arguments and being right, not about respect. The real kicker comes around 5 when Mom leaves a voicemail, acting like she's about to cry, saying she never meant to hurt me. But then she turns it into, you have to think about the consequences of your actions. People are relying on you. She always does this, makes her drama about everyone else, like if I don't help her, I'm ruining the whole family. I just delete it too. I go for a walk and run into my neighbor Tessa. We're not close, but we say hi sometimes. She asks if I'm okay because she heard shouting from my apartment last night. I guess I slammed the door when I got home, didn't even realize. I just say, family stuff, and she gives me this look like she gets it. I think everyone's got their version of this, to be honest. It's not special. When I get back, I see Annabelle's tried calling from 3 different numbers. I get a DM from her boyfriend, Daisy, who's actually always been decent to me, saying Annabelle's freaking out and asking if I'm mad or something. I just reply, not your problem, but thanks. He says he's stuck in the middle, which, yeah, I believe. I finally sit down and start making a list. I'm not just going to ignore them, I'm going to make them feel it for once. I'm the only reason they even have any digital presence, and they treat me like I'm nothing. Not anymore. I draft up an invoice for all the hours I've spent fixing Mom's random tech issues, doing Dad's updates, building Annabelle's stuff from scratch. I set the rates high because why not? I attach a list of everything I control, every account, all the passwords, and send it to our family email thread. I add a note, until paid in full, everything stays down. I know it'll piss them off, but I don't care. I'm not their free IT anymore. 10 minutes later, Dad calls. I answer just to see what he'll say. He's pissed, yelling, saying I'm blackmailing my own family. I tell him it's not blackmail, it's business. He hangs up. Mom texts saying she can't believe I'm doing this to her. I just reply, believe it? Annabelle doesn't say anything for about an hour, then finally texts, "Fine, how much?" I send her the invoice with a late fee for every day it goes unpaid. I spend the rest of the night ignoring their calls. I post a story on my own Insta, just a photo of the loser trophy with the caption, "Never bet against the disappointment." Only like 6 people see it, but whatever. Feels good. Right before I go to bed, I see an email from Dad, CC to Mom and Annabelle, saying they're considering legal action if I don't fix everything. I just laugh, not like they'll actually do anything. But if they want to play games, I can play too. It's not my job to bail them out anymore. Honestly, I don't know what's going to happen next. Not going to lie, part of me wonders if I've gone too far, but mostly I just feel like for once I'm actually standing up for myself. I'm not giving them another inch. They want to act like I'm the loser? Let's see how they do without me. I'll update when they blink first. Update 2. I woke up the next day to like double the messages. Not even exaggerating. It was just a wall of missed calls and unread chats. I guess I expected them to get annoyed, but there was this weird extra edge to it. Mom's text started all nice like, "Please help," and by lunchtime she was sending these long guilt rants about how I'm putting the family in crisis. Annabelle switched from threatening to pretending she was totally fine, dropping random selfies with passive-aggressive captions like, "Some people wouldn't last a day in my shoes." Dad, classic, bounced between yelling and random silent treatment, sending me one-word texts like, "Well," and "enough." But what really got me was when I checked my email and saw all these automated error reports from their stuff, failed logins, payment bounces. I knew they'd be stuck without me, but it was still crazy seeing it laid out like that. The whole day kept getting weirder. Mom called from her friend's phone, but I didn't answer. Dad tried to show up at my door, banging and yelling through the intercom. I just let him stand there. Didn't even move. He left after about 5 minutes and I saw him drive off from my window. Honestly, it felt kind of good. Annabelle's boyfriend Daisy texted again, this time being more direct, asking if I could at least fix her website because she's getting non-stop messages. I told him I don't work for free and sent him the invoice again. He just replied, "She's not going to pay you, you know?" I said, "Not my problem," and muted him too. By the second day, Mom started sending long emails about how her store is getting bad reviews, refund requests, and people calling her at home because they can't get their orders. She tried the "everyone's watching, you're embarrassing us" card, which used to work on me, but this time I just replied that she could always hire someone else to fix things. She left me on read. I started getting the feeling they thought I was bluffing, that I'd just cave and fix everything if they yelled long enough. Annabelle tried to escalate things by posting a story tagging me saying, "Some people don't know how to support family." Guess who? With a clown emoji. Her followers started DMing me, some randoms I'd never met, a couple calling me petty, a couple asking what actually happened. I didn't respond. I was tempted to post screenshots of the trophy and her laughing at me, but honestly, I didn't want to look like I was airing the whole thing for strangers. Still, it's crazy how quickly people take sides when they only see one post. Dad tried one last old school move. He called Grandma and got her to call me. She left a message saying, "I don't know what's going on, but can you please just help your mother?" I just let it sit in my voicemail. I love my grandma, but I'm not dragging her into this. It's not her circus. Around day 3 I started pushing it further. I sent them all a formal email with the invoice attached again, plus a breakdown of all the stuff I handle for them. Honestly, it was kind of satisfying seeing it all written out. I wrote that every day they wait, the late fee doubles. I also added that if they want their stuff back, it's cash up front. No more "we'll pay you later." I CC'd Annabelle's business email just to make my point. Dad replied with a rant, saying I was destroying the family name and ruining their reputations. I told him I'm just taking care of my own. He said if I don't unlock his accounts by morning, I'm done in this family. I said, "Fine by me." He slammed the phone down. Mom left another voicemail. This one was actually crying, saying she can't sleep, can't eat, people are gossiping, and she's so ashamed. She said I'd regret this, that I'm turning my back on everyone who ever loved me. I just deleted it without listening to the end. I know she thinks she's the victim, but I'm not buying it anymore. Annabelle finally called, not yelling for once, just pissed. She said her brand is taking a hit, people are unfollowing, she's losing money. She tried to say she'd pay me, but only if I fixed everything first. I told her, upfront or nothing. She called me an asshole and hung up. Then she texted, "You'll regret this." I just replied with a thumbs up. By day 4, Dad sent another email, this time CC'd to his old club buddies or whatever, trying to shame me into fixing things. A couple of his friends actually emailed me asking what's going on. I just replied that I don't work for free anymore and left it at that. Annabelle's friends started posting in her comments, a couple even tagging me, which was awkward since some of them used to be my friends too, but whatever. I'm not playing their game. As the days went on, I could tell the pressure was getting to them. Mom stopped with the guilt and started getting angry, sending all caps texts about legal consequences and how I'd be sorry. Dad went silent. Annabelle tried sending her boyfriend over to reason with me, but I didn't let him in. I just told him to go home. He looked pretty embarrassed and didn't even try to argue. I started getting DMs from people in their circles. Randoms wanting to know what happened or telling me I should be the bigger person. Funny how nobody cared when they were laughing at me, but now that their stuff's down, I'm the villain. I ignored all of it except for one guy who tried threatening me with legal action. I sent him a copy of the agreement Dad signed when I first set up his stuff and said, "It's all in writing." He left me on read. That night, I got another message from Mom, just one line, "Please Remington, we need you." I didn't answer. I went for a walk to clear my head. The city felt normal, people out with their dogs, kids on bikes, someone blasting music from a car. All this drama felt so small compared to that. Honestly, I almost laughed thinking about how much energy my family wastes on being right. When I got back, I checked my phone, more missed calls, more texts, nothing new. I sat down and started drafting a final notice. Pay the invoice in full plus late fees or everything stays down and I'm done for good. I sent it to all of them and blocked them this time so they couldn't reply and start another fight. I made it clear that this is business, not family, no more playing their game on their terms. I guess the wildest part is that I don't even feel bad. I've been carrying their crap for so long, and nobody ever cared if I was okay just as long as their stuff worked. Now they get to see what it's like when I'm not just their backup plan. I'm not fixing anything until they pay and apologize, and I don't care how long it takes. Tomorrow's supposed to be the day the next round of auto payments bounces. Let's see how they handle it when their cards get declined and they can't even log in to fix it. I'm done doing favors for people who treat me like a joke. I'll update if anything changes, but honestly I think they're finally starting to get it. Final update. Here's the part one didn't see coming, not how fast my phone blew up but how weird it got. Like almost surreal. I woke up that morning to a call from Annabelle, an actual call, not a text or DM, at like 7 a.m. I let it go. She called again then again. By the time I got out of the shower, it was in the double digits. I scrolled through and saw 27 missed calls, all from them, all in the last 24 hours. Not exaggerating, I counted to see if I was losing it. Mom called, then Dad, then Annabelle, then all three, then a group chat, then again like they were taking shifts. I started muting the notifications, but even then it was just constant. I didn't even have time for coffee before Dad's at it again. Voicemail after voicemail, saying it's urgent, calling me back, saying they need me. It almost sounded like a joke if you didn't know these people. The weirdest part is it wasn't just them. Their stuff was leaking into my own life. I had 3 different people from Mom's book club messaging me on Facebook, asking if I could please fix the website because she's been so upset. Dad's old buddies started emailing me, some polite, some obviously just repeating whatever Dad told them. Annabelle's friends started popping up in my Insta DMs. Some of them acting like I was being cruel, some asking what she did. One even offered to pay me if I just make her stop freaking out. Like it's not even their fight, but somehow it became everyone's circus. I guess what flipped the switch for them was when their auto payments bounced. Mom sent a long rambling email about how she never realized how much work I did and how people are talking about her, saying she's lost control. She said she can't sell anything, she's getting refund demands, and she's embarrassed in front of her friends. Classic. Dad's tone went from angry to panicked. He sent a text saying I was ruining his reputation and that people are asking questions. At one point he actually said, "I never thought you'd do this to your own family. I haven't been saying for years, pay me or do it yourself." Annabelle's the only one who got really direct. She called, left 2 voicemails, then texted that her project was dead and she needed this fixed now. She dropped the threats and went straight to begging. She actually said, "I'll pay, just please fix it, I'm desperate." First time in my life I've ever seen her lose that cool girl act. She even showed up at my apartment and banged on the door. I told her through the door to go home, but she kicked the door and left. I stood there listening, just waiting to see if she'd try again. She didn't. Mom sent a message that evening, basically admitting she was sorry for the dinner, but then immediately said, "Please, I need this. Everyone's angry at me." No real apology, just that I was making her look bad. Dad left another voicemail, didn't even sound like himself, just said, "We can talk terms." I saved it just to have it. Through all this I kept waiting for them to flip back to angry or try some legal move, but they didn't. They just kept calling, texting, emailing like if they said it enough times I'd cave. I didn't. Instead, I drafted a final invoice, added late fees, and sent it to all 3. I said, "Nothing gets fixed until it's paid, and I want written apologies from each of you, not some half-hearted sorry you feel that way. I want you to actually admit what you did." I told them, after payment I'll restore everything, but we're done. No more family tech support, no more free rides, nothing. I gave them 48 hours. Annabelle paid first, then Mom, then Dad. Each one sent some weak apology email, but whatever, it was in writing. I restored their access, sent them all the instructions, and deleted myself as admin on everything. I told them if they ever contact me for tech stuff again I'll charge triple. They tried to play nice after that like it never happened. Mom sent a text saying, "Hope we can move forward." Dad wrote, "Let's put this behind us." Annabelle just sent a single heart emoji which I left unread. It's been a week since then and I haven't talked to any of them. I guess they're hoping I'll forgive and forget, but I'm not interested. I changed my number, locked down my social, and blocked their numbers except for email. If they want to talk, they can send an email like everyone else. Sometimes I get a ping from someone they know asking if I'll give them another chance or be the bigger person. I just ignore it. I stopped letting them guilt me into being their backup plan. So yeah, they called me a loser and tried to make me the joke, but now they're the ones desperate for me to pick up an offer. I'm not going back. Sometimes you just have to burn the bridge so they stop trying to cross it. Thanks for reading if you made it this far. I'm not sure if I'm done with the updates, but for the first time in a long time, I don't feel like the loser.
Thanks for listening. Share your opinion in comment section and also do like and subscribe to the channel.